kills.
Yeah.
If you're telling me Kleenex is gonna give you 7 and you lose by 13.
Yeah, right?
You change that to 9, you're probably able to close this one out.
Maybe
But
8.
this map number 1 is so big for both of these squads. And here we go. LA Thieves starting off on the better side. I love the break off already from Toronto Ultra. No pressure through that middle alley. We're trying to flip the spawns immediately. The LA Thieves, they read the push.
Here we go, Raleigh, into game number 1. Toronto with quite a bit of success on Mercado lately. Meanwhile, on the other side for Thieves, this is a map change that they lost basically 24 hours ago versus the Seattle Surge. A lot of it was coming down to slang. A lot of it was coming down to some broken rotations. A team that has gone through it all, a team that has won on the biggest of stages, now is going to have to try and adapt. A nice little start for LAT over at P1. They decide to hop off the OBJ. Reason for that, they're trying to hold on for spawn here at Cantina for next.
Oh, and these are big shots coming in from Envoy. You're maintaining the right side of the map. Making sure you want to hold down this Cantina side, even with a couple players dropping. You see Toronto Ultra still spawning over towards Pit, so Thieves are going to be able to put themselves in a great position to win this rotation. And when you talk about hardpoint for the Thieves so far this season, they are dead last in rotation win percentage. Starting off on a better foot early on into this game.
Without a doubt, valuing the importance of Cantina. We'll be here a few times throughout this map as Toronto, well, they prepare, they get ready. 3 players strong. Kleenex able to find one, standing on the meanwhile, trying to make a trade. Octane tagged up and ultimately eliminated, and there you have it. The stats ultimately showcasing what has been the problem lately for Thieves. Rotation loss, Toronto break.
Toronto Ultra get the break, and they know exactly where everyone is coming from. Good chunk of time here. With about 25 seconds left, you're going to now force LA Thieves off that early rotation. Be able to take down the last 2 players in Kenny and Draza, trying to attack that remaining chunk time. So Ultra going to have a nice little comfortable lead. Take their time off this rotation. It all comes down to these trades. Kleenex at least finds one onto Envoy. But now, it's all about just staying alive for your teammates because there's more bodies here for LA Thieves.
Oh, and a great little turnaround there for Kleenex on 4 in a row. He and Inside with a bit of a spree. It's LAT, bit of a headbutt. They've got the rotation now. Scrappy lost it earlier, but it could be Standy to pick up the pieces. Only 2 players still alive inside of the objective, but Standy, great work. The entry man doing what he has to. Boy, has he had a turnaround so far in MW2, and you can give him that kill also. Not only do Toronto break, but it's Standy leading the way again.
And that's a clean 4 dead. What a start to this hard point from Ultra. Worried about their hard point, looking at the last series that they played, but they completely disregard that. They're coming out swinging in this map number 1. Now off the rotation, Scrap's gonna have a huge gunfight versus Kenny. You see in the spawns right now for parking lot, all gonna be towards the Thieves. Great drop shot coming in from Octane to at least find the first. Kenny with the second, and at least you take control of that back alley. Now you're gonna force all of Ultra to try to break this through the back, or at least push through the middle of the map.
And as we prepare for Barbershop up next, one player that's gotta be turning things up a little bit is going to be Draza, starting things off at 2 and 9. We discussed kind of coming into this. The Desk touched on it as well. How great that Draza has been looking for the LA Thieves all throughout Major 1. Kind of one of the headlines of these teams facing off against each other is going to be that battle. Draza versus Scrappy. 2 of some of the better AR players that we've got in the game getting to duel as the LA Thieves begin to pick up the pace. And it appears that Barbershop very well could turn into a full 60. Maybe the last contest getting ready to come in for Toronto. Scrappy, the farthest pushed up player. Toronto may vintage Arctis.
This is a perfect setup from LA Thieves. You have one player who's pushed out towards Cantinas and Octane. Fortunately, doesn't find that second kill. Droz is there for the trade, but that is a full 60 hold for LA Thieves to get themselves right back into the game. Ultra had to cut their losses. Now it's time to get set up for Courtyard. You have one player in Scrap who's watching that deep pinches. Envoy and Draza are trying to take him down. Scrap at least takes down the first, and you have to try to at least win one of these gunfights off the rotation. Envoy opens up the pinch now.
How great historically is Envoy in situations like this? Finds one on the pinch, and it looks like he will be able to sneak on through. Something that Toronto was not prepared for is that they could break in just like that. It's a
Beautiful.
3-for-1, make it a 4-for-1 trade. Picture perfect COD. They're out of the LA Thieves. We talked about Toronto early. They were breaking. Now it's LA Thieves' turn as we are inbound for a lead change. However, here comes the streak from Insight. We'll see what kind of damage this can do. Keeping in mind that this hardpoint is on the outside. It forces the players inside of 10. One break after another. Now it's Toronto's turn.
Big break coming in from Ultra. Try to give themselves a little bit more of a cushion in the point column. still see LA Thieves. They're just trying to hold them off. They know that they have to attack this from the right, going into the second story of Cantina, which is going to be P6. They're just trying to win a couple of these gunfights. Great team shots coming in from Kenny and Octane, but look at the player who's currently sitting down low. Standy's the guy that's going to make the play.
Where's this guy been at? Lily, we've been seeing all kinds of gunfights going down.
I don't know if they know he's here.
Surely not. Surely not. Standy making the play again here for Toronto. And you can see what his teammates will do once they know that it is all clear. Standy once more makes the play for Ultra. Kleenex eventually does get evaporated, but that play, Jay, that patience ends up working out phenomenally. And he just continues to go on a run. Eventually drops, but 155 to 110 LAT. A decision to make, a late break or a rotate. And it's Insight with the SMG, putting it to good use. Another few down for Thieves.
And this is where it gets scary because there's only one player towards the back of the parking lot. One player is now going to spawn all the way across the map. Standy finds another kill. Two players left at the RV. Envoy and Octane at least combined for two. But now the pitch is going to be here for Scrap. He knows the positioning of Octane, not able to win the gunfight. A huge one to maintain the spawns for LA Thieves. They're able to win that rotation. With a great hold here, they can get themselves right back into the game. That was a big gunfight.
It was, and on Mercado, I mean, how often do we talk about it? You can get a good 40, 50, 60 points off of these hard points with really just one gunfight. But so far, Mercado has been about the breaks. Both teams have done it, but Toronto has seen more success, and oftentimes it has come from that SMG play. LA Thieves, topside spawns. Kleenex waiting for a few to come off of the respawn. Insight goes for the jump spot. Is he gonna be red? Yes, he will. Trades still favoring either in 1v1, and it's another dub there for Thieves. Two gunfights that are basically going to equal out to a good 40, 50 points.
It's a big chunk of time right here if you can pick this up if you're Draza. Scrap is not gonna give this one up. They go for the slide, but unfortunately Octane is there for the assistance. Now we're gonna find ourselves in a 20-point difference in this map. Number one, going to the second rotation of hardpoints. A team kill does come in from Envoy, and if you pay attention to the mini-app, Ultra have now controlled the better side going into that P2. You may need to maintain Cantinas, soak as much time as you possibly can off of P1, but if you're LA Thieves, the spawns have to flip.
They absolutely have to. Draza doing some work. He started off incredibly slow, but now on his sixth spree. Trying to make a bit of an impact toward the outside alley. He eventually does get dropped, and really Toronto, as they continue to soak away these seconds, it's putting that much more of a sense of urgency on the mind for the Thieves. Getting Levin to hop in for a moment. He's got a little bit of a crossfire being established. The AR is watching over top of him, as that's going to be some good work. 28 seconds down. Toronto still holding on to those spawns, not giving them up easily at all as Kenny looks to get involved, eventually dropped. Octane's here to at least find one. 3 players for Thieves off of the spawn as Toronto have cleared the waves and played patiently for this very moment.
Now the break needs to come in. LA Thieves so far in hardpoint on the season are the #2 breaking team that we have in the CDL. The airstrike is going to get invested by Draza. Nothing is going to be able to connect, but it's all out pressure through tunnel. You have to hold your irons up if you are the players on Ultra. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to run out in the fight, and Envoy finds 2. That's a beautiful break for LA Thieves to now take control of Canteen.
Again, this hardpoint's been all about breaking consistently, time and time again. And when LA Thieves absolutely oh, you gotta be kidding me, Draza! Thieves are starting to feel it. Everybody's going on a spree. I mean, Draza started off like 2 and 9. And now he's been going on spree after spree. Thieves have taken over the advantage as they've got the final 15 locked up. Shades of what happened in the opening HP for Toronto versus Atlanta earlier. Started off in the driver's seat and then allowed for hills to be broken. We'll see if they can make do as we head toward 10 now.
Not going over towards this next hill. You see the pinch coming in. Octane, that's a player that's trying to push around towards garage side. Just playing it nice and patient. Knows that the rest of the team is to push it towards back alley. Big opening kill from Envoy. Now the pinch is going to be in. Unfortunately, Octane does get taken down. Kleenex finds another. Insight finds 2. That's a great way to hold so far if you are Ultra. Clean 4 dead. First push done.
First push done, out of the way. They give the green light there to the Great Dane. He eventually falls. Another lead change, this time in favor of the Ultra boys. In a great spot, technically could win it off this hard point. Teams are gonna have to contest. They do exactly what they have to, but job is not done. Insight ends up losing out on his teammates. And now he is the only one up here. Are they aware of his position? Is going to be the question. Octane reads him, drops him again. Another break from Thieves. Back and forth we go.
Back and forth we go, but at least you win that rotation gunfight across the map if you are Ultra. Now you need one good hill, but number 5, Envoy, he's actually going to spawn in the back. So all you want to do is just stay alive in this situation. That player that's currently pushed up in Cantina allows that spawn to happen. Envoy's going to be the playmaker. Now there's only one guy you gotta look for. He's able to break the hill. Unfortunately, runs out of ammo, but Ultra, they still hold on.
Oh my goodness, Toronto, they dodge a bullet. Envoy somehow spawns back there, but all of his teammates are dead, and so is he. A 4 down, Toronto trying to lock it down, but here comes Draza. Erupts again. Now it's up to Standy. A neck-and-neck game at one of the craziest hard points that we have seen in a while. Ultra spawn out, Thieves. They can feel the victory. They can feel a game won, and there it is.
LA Thieves turn the game around when they need to at that P2 hard point. When we hit the second rotation of these hard points, Ultra did a great job of just keeping them off that middle time. But when you invest that airstrike the way that they did, the collapse comes about in towards bottom cantinas. They find every single kill, and they were able to break that with about 40 seconds left. That's what allows them to now get a comfortable lead. You get the break over towards 10 eventually before allowing Ultra to...
Really how both of these teams have fared off so far on this map and mode.
So far, the LA Thieves, they're undefeated on Search and Destroy on Hotel compared to Toronto, who are 1-1. But just when you talk about S&D for both of these squads, 46% chance at getting your first blood is the LA Thieves, but even if they do that, it's a 56% chance, even in the 4v3, that they walk away with the round. If you are the Ultra, it's all about that first blood for them, because 51% on their side. If they find that first kill, 87% round win.
Right now for the Thieves, it is a 2-2 split. And oftentimes, if you've got both of your SMGs hanging out in a restaurant, it's not just for a pick, but it's also maybe even for a bait. The only player at ear's distance of this is going to be Scrappy. Can he start off this round hot? Lays in a few shots toward Octane. An influential 1v1 that went the LA Thieves' way last time these two met up in a big moment. They will bend to hold off this duel for another episode. 30 seconds left. Now it's on for the Toronto retake.
Yeah, Toronto have to retake. You have to at least find that initial kill. There's not going to be any trophies on the map currently. Draza's going to go for the challenge. Unfortunately, Kleenex is able to line him up. It's only 20 seconds left. We have to get closer to this bomb if you are Ultra.
Do indeed. Scrappy has finally seen the bomb for the first time, and there you have it. 3 quickly hit the deck. All on to Kenny. 10 seconds to go. This pick would be huge, but Kleenex there to walk away with 3. Toronto a tad late to the party. But boy, do they arrive with some emphasis, some oomph, as they grab round number 1.
And that round, just great plays from Scrap. The fact that he gets the information that the player's going to be playing towards top desk. The bomb eventually does get planted, but he does not panic. He allows his team to get back into the play. You find the first blood. You get aggressive towards desk as they try to back up. And eventually you slowly pick them apart one by one. Clean defensive round to start us off for Ultra.
Clean and a very difficult retake at that. As Toronto find themselves up 1-0, and now we'll see what they have eyed up for us here on attack. Both these teams, quite a bit of experience here on Hotel. It seems to be a fan favorite map here at MW2. Oh, Kleenex is hungry, man. He is hungry. Come at me. All right, there's a nade. Maybe not. And probably the safer of the two options in that moment. Kleenex decides to go ahead and hold it. Meanwhile, we could be taking a look at a rotation and Insight. Well, he is totally fine to park the bus right here.
Yeah, Insight's just going to be that island player to watch that late flank, because the bomb is now going to rotate over towards that A site. Early shots from Octane, but Scrap with the snap. Able to find that first blood. Kenny at least finds a trade, so now in the 2v2. As Insight takes down one, Standy with another. All left up to Draza. He does have that dead silence to work with. The timing can be beautiful.
He's gonna need it. Decides to pop it. Bomb quickly gets planted. He's gonna look directly toward his left. Looking for a sound cue. Tosses out a nade. Says a prayer. Nullifies one. Not gonna happen. Toronto, I believe they might have gotten the first blood, but ultimately it was not favorable numbers in the mid-round. Now, I want to say it's the patience that pays off for Inside and Restaurant. Stanley finds a pick through mid, and that's just the Toronto twosome deciding to join up alongside of each other. Great mid-round coordination.
Yeah, right there, when Insight, he's being the island player, playing is super patient in towards Diner, at least finds one, then with the repositioning is able to stay alive. Allow Standy to attack through couches, eventually find another kill, and then instantly plant that bomb over towards B. Draza just couldn't get there at the right time to stop the bomb plant. Now Ultra up 2-0.
Nice little clutch. Scrappy looks to bring out the snipe coming in around 3. Thieves, they could be lined up for that sniper to be somewhat of an emphasis. Kleenex, man, he's just hungry to get in a fight. As he does get dropped, a nice little first blood coming in from Draza. As he does eventually get traded as well. So trades aplenty. Scrappy looking to get involved, but the bomb has been planted. Last time Toronto thrived in a retake situation. We'll see if they can do it again.
Yeah, this was going to be a little bit more difficult because they do not have plat control. They do not have bottom bedroom. You have to check every single corner if you can, but Envoy is able to at least find one. Now it turns into a 2v2 with about 20 seconds left. Standy still sitting at 3-0.
Get inside, have to work together. They're gonna have to get here quick. They're gonna have to get here fast. Where's Octane hiding? Meanwhile, Kenny toward top light. It is picture perfect work out of 2 longtime teammates. Toronto were late to the party in round 1, still figured it out. And well, Octane, he's having a laugh. He enjoyed that round.
Definitely did. Just laid behind the desk for a
He loves
majority
some
of the round.
COD, and who can blame him, honestly?
Especially on the hotel, man. When you're getting free bomb plants at A, like, it's very difficult to retake that site, especially when you take control of plat steps, bottom bedroom. You force all of Ultra to now check every single corner. Simply did not have enough time. As now LA Thieves finally get one on the board. Back on the defensive end. This time it's looking like the bomb is gonna go full out aggression towards his same side, but Octane, he finds the first.
Octane will strike. Known to be one of the best snipers in all of the CDL. Probably, in terms of leaderboard, the COD history. Oh, the snap is there, but doesn't end up connecting. Oh, does he have some pistol work for us? Not gonna happen, but Draws is there for the trade. A round influenced by Octane. Finds a double, and the assist will now leave Insight all by his lonesome. A 1v3. Has already had a few clutches this weekend, and known as one of the more clutcher players in the league. See if he's got something in store, Jay. He's got some time.
LA Thieves aren't giving him anything to work with, though. At least he's able to find the first kill onto Kenny. He gets the second player, but unfortunately the trade is going to be there from Envoy. That round simply all comes down to the confidence level running through Octane's veins. He whips out the sniper, gets the first blood onto Scrap, and then he's hitting top bedroom with the snipe looking at the door. He misses the first shot, finds the second, and then is eventually able to close out the round. Oh, that's the special stuff right there.
That is. I like that. As you know, Jay, I've said the human turret quite a few times
Quite
in my
a few.
lifetime. And for good reason. Man is a turret. He was laughing, having a good time. Just got to remind himself as he's drinking some good old H2O. 2-2, Thieves, back-to-back rounds. And it is a mid-hit on offense here for the Thieves. Player number 1 in standings has to be prepared for it, and he will be. Pulling out the tack, and Scrap will find the third. A interesting strat from the Thieves that is surely not going to pay off.
Yep, now Straza in the 1v4 at least finds one, but does not check his corner. Right there, the adjustments on the setup for Ultra. Scrap was the only one that was playing towards that A site for the last couple of defensive rounds. This time you put Kleenex in towards bottom bedroom. Watch that bomb cross. You have Standy, who gives up the aggression in towards B, pulls out the tack 56, holds down the middle, finds that initial 2-piece, and basically shuts down the play of LA Thieves. Toronto Ultra are able to take the round, now up 3-2.
I can only imagine, Standy, he's looking for somebody over at the arches.
Yeah, that's what
somebody
he's
to
definitely
poke out,
looking
over like near the museum area, the statues. He's like, oh, everybody's right here. Okay, well, we run the round. There you have it, just like that. Well, interesting little strat brewing right now for Toronto. They have Insight and Scrap, who were trying to line up the early first blood versus Octane. That does not pan out. because those two have been distanced back. It's really gonna be another kill from long range. Octane with the other, and we'll see if Scrappy can get out of dodge in time. He will at least be able to accrue the bomb, but a quick 2v4. And Standy will find a big kill. Gonna set up that rotation now over toward B. And right now, that'll be the smarter strategy to make, as they've got pretty much full control over the top side of the map.
Yeah, Standy just pushed right on through towards Kitchen. Pops that dead silence, is able to clear out the entire site, so it's gonna be a free B-bomb plant for Scrap.
They're gonna hurry.
And now the pitch is gonna be here. LA Thieves have more bodies, he's happy with a trade.
Oh, and Standy stays alive? Are you kidding? How in the world has he managed this? Back to back, use the pots and pans, everything you can. Over in the kitchen, it's now up to Scrappy to try to hold it off. Can the rookie go big? Draza and Octane, 25 seconds left, the bomb to defuse, and he's at least spotted one. Tosses out the nade, confidence is key. And boy, does he have a lot of it. A 1v1, oh, there goes his way. Come on, Scrappy. I believe that was a 2v4 on top of a 1v2. And we'll look at it again. Lost a 1v1 versus Octane in that Mercado, and makes good on it this time in a big moment in the S&D. Confidence for Ultra, 4-2.
Just a big play right there out of Scrap to throw that nade before a couple bullets have to come out of his gun. Once you get that nade hit marker, you hit Drossy with one nade, you just play the clock beautifully. Ready for the challenge, is able to clutch up the round. So now Ultra up 4-2. Saw the adjustments on their defensive setup last time around. They're simply not giving up that free bomb plant, but this time around, both players drop. Now it's a 4v2. Kleenex still at least has the cross.
Well, it was a 2v4 last time. See if Toronto can make good on it again. Thieves, all out aggressive, frustrated, and how they just let that last round go. Swing round, inbound. And inside, he doesn't want the shoulder of one. Again, as we said, it just feels like clutches for him are a little bit easier. And so look to reposition.
And the dead silence resets. Inside is going to the complete opposite side of the map. The players from LA Thieves are currently at. Now no more Denny to work with, 25 seconds. LA Thieves just need to play their life. It's gonna be Droz in the first line of defense, and Octane, he lines it up. Plays it beautifully. You find the initial two-piece into 4v2. This time, do you not allow that 2v4 to happen? Everyone just jumps right at Kleenex and towards bottom bedroom. And make sure that they make it at least a 1v3. You get the bomb down, and you close out the round. Now down 4-3.
It feels like for Thieves, like, we've heard their comms previously. I imagine Kitty was just like, dude, we're just allowed for them to clutch out a 2. Let's just hit it. Like, let's just go for it. That's the funniest thing about this LA Thieves team. It's just the confidence that this roster has for obvious reasons, but also it feels like everybody can communicate. Like, everybody's more than willing to make the calls on this roster, so there's no doubt. And when somebody says, you know what, let's just do it, everybody's going to be on board. A lot of trust with this LA Thieves roster. In a big spot right now, an opportunity to go up 2-0, see a championship Sunday. A lot of it's going to come down to this spot. Insight, a great first pick. Can he at least find the second? Not going to happen, but does deliver the information to his teammates. Oh, it's a dolphin diving. Octane manages to escape.
And keep in mind that Standy has the bomb. Standy could have got that bomb down on A for free, but he decides to be the first line of defense, and unfortunately now his teammate is going to drop. So now in the 3v2, Draza unfortunately does not spot the cross on towards the site. Now he gets the information both players are going to be here. Scrap with some great shots, at least finds one, but Octane lines them both up. Beautiful two-piece through the middle of the map. LA Thieves with the better game plan, better decision making, now tied it up at 4.
Just feeling confident are the Thieves. They feel confident in a moment like that to make the rush, and as you said, man, I mean, Standy obviously feels the need to fill the gap, but if he goes over, plants that bomb, plays a tad more patient, it's probably a different situation.
Yeah, it's totally different situation right there, because inside he gets all the information that 3 players are pushing through Diner. You see 3 players on the map. If you're Standy, it's only one guy you have to focus on towards that A site. You could have got that bomb down, flipped the spawns, and took control of bedroom. But since one of his teammates dropped, you basically were trapped on that site. And LA Thieves were ready for it. 4-4.
That lead for Ultra completely erased. Feels like Thieves, when they've been confident, they've been focused, the rounds have come pretty easily for them. Insight, impressive work. Finds the first, backs up, Now gives the call to his teammates. All 4 of these purple arrows are focused in over at Kitchen. But do the Thieves decide to push on forward, or can they make the rotation? They do have Draza with that mid-cross, so they actually could make this over through the catwalk and instantly get into A side fast.
Oh, Kleenex. The lead spots one towards Top Cat. Eventually has the ball on down, and this is where Toronto are able to strike. They knew where the pressure was coming in. That play falls into the hands of Insight. The fact that he's able to get one and then back out with his life makes it a lot more difficult for Thieves to try to take any map control. Great round right there from Ultra to adjust on the defensive end, stack 3 over towards B, and now puts them at game point.
Big moment here for Ultra. Did not want to let this one go. It felt like clutch situations got the better of them versus the Atlanta FaZe. Standing and Insight having themselves a phenomenal game so far, 20-11 combined. Is this where we seal the deal and head into a control, or do we have ourselves a round 11 in play? Draws up great shots to cut down Sandy. Meanwhile, Kleenex has been on this bomb plant the entire time. A retake inbound for Thieves, man advantage as well.
4v3, 40 seconds to work. Scap's gonna have his hands full. He's at least able to spot one into Envoy, but Envoy with the dippity dodge is able to at least allow his teammates to give a little bit of assistance. That nade is now gonna slow them down, and time is starting to tick. Kleenex finds one, but Octane with the trade.
Time continues to tick away. Scrappy, a pick here is necessary, if not 2. Focuses on 1, but can't find either. It's all onto Insight.
15
but
seconds.
boy, does he have a great position. He has got great positioning right now for 2. He just has to cut down Envoy. And Envoy's on the defuse. He has no idea. Go over the top. Oh, Insight! He will close it out for the team. There is no time for a defuse. And the clutch player making the clutch plays gives Toronto what they need, and they're already out of here.
Man, what a series we got in our hands, man. 13-point hard point, 2-round difference in the search and destroy. Let's just take a look at the end of this last round. There's only 15 seconds left. All Insight needs to do is take the player off bombs. He cannot see it from this positioning, but I think Kenny just gets some really bad timing. He's thinking that the windows are going to be closed out. Glass has not been broken. He has to try to attack this from top plat. But just that split-second decision allows Insight to hit that jump out the top window, find the kill, and clutch up the round for Ultra. A much-needed search and destroy from them. And keep in mind, if that 2v4 didn't happen, that was potentially all the way going to be around number 11.
Yep.
Pressure going to be totally different. But Ultra, they respond. Great S&D gameplay from start to finish. Now tie the series up at...
Series going on between Toronto, LA Thieves. Hope you guys have been having a blast with it. Insight just made a very crazy clutch to close out that hotel, as now we are level at 1. And into game 3 we go.
Someone is going to take their very first loss on a hotel control today. 5-0 for LA Thieves, 4-0 for the Ultra. Biggest thing that I take away, at least watching Ultra in control, is that they have a 68% win rate in control rounds. And the struggle for LA Thieves usually comes on the attack, at a 37% win rate on the attacking side. But it's all out pressure through the middle of the map. Neither one of these squads want to give up anything. It's like an Ultra just trying to win a couple gunfights in through mid, but LA Thieves, they shut down that first push.
Yep, 2 zones in control. The attacking team can do their best to try and get as many segments as possible. 3 segments per zone. You capture an entire zone. Well, you got another minute. Add it on to the clock. And if we do head to that round number 5, most segments gets the more preferred side in our final one. And really when it comes to the hotel, Jay, it is all about that A zone. At least in terms of what's easiest to capture. No surprise at all as Standing nearly snaps on the second. And we saw Thieves try to hit B off the rip, and now it is standard stuff. Only player inside of the restaurant right now is going to be Octane. The SMG is causing some havoc through the middle side of the map as Standy and Kleenex continue to go on their reign of terror. Here they come again.
Oh, and Kleenex is striking. Not slowing down. He's the aggressor, but at least the first hit comes in at the same point for the Thieves. They take care of him, and you see the map control right now. LA Thieves should be able to close out this 8-point pretty easy. They're currently down by 3 lives. You have a player in Insight who's already pushed out towards bedroom, so the spawns for LA Thieves are going to consistently be over towards kitchen. You have to at least find an opening. Octane in a great position to do so.
Octane just enjoying the nice little view outside of the window, making sure that nobody's going to be playing a nice little credit in the back. Hello, Standy! And there you go, Octane. Well, reinforcements a little down for Thieves, a little bruised, a little battered, but nonetheless, they are here. We'll see how Toronto can look to adapt. Bit of a separation, maybe even a pinch that could be established from Thieves, but again, another crucial kill comes in the middle side of the map. It's been the SMGs. This time, it is Scrappy. Really, Draza, they could find a little bit of something here. They're able to take down a few, and that will focus things. Now over at B, they look primed to at least get one segment.
And now you just have to find out where Insight is, because he's still causing you some problems towards bottom bedroom. But Kenny at least finds one off the cutoff. Huge gunfight comes in from Standy. Trades going back and forth. And at least that first tick is going to be complete. Insight still has not been figured out. They're just slaying everybody else off the spawn. Now they're going to have the double stack, and the second tick is about to be here.
When Insight has to get involved in the fight, he eventually does. Gets out with his life, and then sets the teammates up to jump on in. Draza, only player off the spawn. Without really any teammate support, makes the wise move, joins alongside of the others who are coming in from restaurant. So, but a great dent really made if you are Thieves up to this point, but you would absolutely love to get that final capture. Go up 1-0. As we said, both these teams experts on Hotel, arguably two of our best. With 30 seconds to go, we'll see what the play looks to be from Thieves. 3 players now in the back.
Yeah, this is basically going to be their last push. You have to at least catch this initial gunfight and grab, and at least Envoy's able to spot him, so that's first player taken care of. Now they're spawning all the way across the map. Insight is still alive, has yet to die in this round, but LA Thieves get on the point.
Oh, and a big gunfight win from Envoy at 1 HP. Octane watching over him, and Insight jumps in. I believe he remains flawless. And in the meantime of him re-rotating, getting back involved in the gunfight, Thieves has already captured the point. That's 6 ticks. That's a 1-0.
Beautiful plays right there from the Thieves. They knew that Insight was the guy that was just staying alive in towards bottom bedroom. They were spawn killing every single player besides Insight. And once they took him down in towards bottom bedroom, Standy just literally could not get to that point quick enough. They tried to invest that airstrike to take him off of the point, but LA Thieves were able to capture it before it even had anything to do with the play. And LA Thieves take the very first attacking round. Now they set themselves up for some success. They just have to clutch up on the defense.
See if they can do that. See what the spread looks like right now from Toronto, and it's really all 4 arrows spread across throughout the map. You've got a few players trying to cause some havoc at B. Meanwhile, a few over at A. A few players will high-five inside of the restaurant. They will decide to leave Insight on it. Meanwhile, it's Scrappy trying to win a big gunfight over at the B zone. Kenny clears what he believes is most important, what is most crucial, and it is going to be that B zone. Draza decides to hop inside. Toronto with numbers, and Toronto with that spawn advantage. Hey, they do not spawn far away when we talk about this objective.
And look at the way that Toronto are deciding to play this. You have one player on that point, one player in Scrap who's making sure no one is going to flank through kitchen. Potentially take them off of this point. Standy already found himself in towards back spa. He's able to find that first kill, and now that player's spawned all the way at Jules. That's going to be 3 dead. Now the last player is going to get taken down from bedroom. Everyone's now coming off spawn in towards back spa, and all you need is a stack right now if you're Ultra.
Oh, you do indeed. Madrasa able to come away with 2. Scrap decides to open up the door. Maybe the window of opportunity. Last bullet, you bet. Bit of a magic door type of situation going on, but 2 minutes on the clock, and a light advantage without a doubt. Right now from Ultra, 3 hit the deck. And Octane, a difficult spot to get out of. However, Kleenex, he's got the knife out. 3 players inside, now make it 2. Whittled, but still here are the Ultra. They've completed that second one, but Octane comes away with 2. Seals the deal, but it feels like the exact same situation that we were in last time. 5 ticks through and plenty of time on the clock, and a man advantage at that. All things looking good right now for Ultra.
1 minute and 40 to work with. Currently up by 6 live. You are LA Thieves. It's all about not allowing them to get on this point. Make it as difficult as possible. Pre-aim up and win your gunfights. But Scrap at least finds one in towards bottom lights. All of his teammates spawning out towards kitchen, and LA Thieves, they hold strong. Maintaining that left side map control, forcing all of Toronto Ultra to overextend, but instead of pushing around the back, they're only going to send 1 player in Standy. Everyone else is trying to fight for bedroom.
And it just feels like Standy thrives in moments like this. A big 1v1, and it almost feels like he's guaranteed to take it. He does his job. Meanwhile, Insight does the same. That's going to be 3. Insight, such a dominant player over at the bedroom. We've heard it before. The stack is in, and that should be the round. That should be the round. It gets a little dicey. An unfortunate trophy kill, but you almost say you'd be surprised to see back-to-back attacking round victories. But when it comes down to both these rosters, they have yet to lose it. Titans on the hotel. As we continue to go back and forth, 1-1.
That was just a beautiful play call right there from Ultra. You only send one player on the deep flank, which was Standy. He finds the timing, finds that first kill. And then the rest of his teammates just win their gunfights at bedroom. Last player up is Envoy. The communication has to be on point. You know exactly where he's going to be in towards bottom bed. Once you take him down, everybody from LA Thieves spawns all the way at Jules. And the round is basically done and dusted. Ultra respond with an attacking round of their own.
Jay, what have you noticed? Right, what have you noticed? Right, both these teams, undefeated record, looking very good on the attacking rounds. What has Toronto, what has Thieves done so well that you feel like other teams maybe don't?
Well, Thieves on their attacking round right off the rip, they just put a lot of pressure on towards that A point, and then they did a great job of just finding those 2 ticks at B, even with Insight staying alive as long as he did. They were just spawn killing the remaining players. And then on the opposite side for the Ultra, just wrapping back and getting that bed control is exactly what you need to do. So at 1-1, Ultra so far doing a great job on the defensive hold. They're maintaining bedroom. They have 2 players as well over towards that A point. So now if you're LA Thieves, you're just going to consistently spawn out towards the back of the plat. You have to make a decision which point you want to go to.
It feels like the decision might have to be made for them. It's got to be that A push. Scrappy here. Kleenex will reinforcements.
3 dead.
Do get lost for the moment. Toronto, they do have the rotation. All on to Scrappy. A big kill. Can he find the other one on to Kenny? If he's able to do this, this could spell disaster for the LA Thieves. Oh, it could for a moment. Not a ton of players there, but boy, did they do their best. A valiant effort for Toronto, and while it appears the Thieves are going to have a pretty easy capture at A, you could see the impact at the start of the round based off the life count, 24-17.
Yeah, currently up by 7 lives. You saw Standy, he was trying to at least find that timing to flank towards Catwalk, but doesn't want to give up his life for free. LA Thieves have 3 players stacked on that point, so now with the minute extended on the clock, currently down by 8. It's looking like pressure's going to be all out towards the back. Draza at least finds the trade, but the pitch is going to be in from Standy. And now he finds himself on a 5 spree. That airstrike can be so crucial in the later half of this game.
He definitely can. Toronto. Great little stamp so far. Oh, falls off the streak. Sweat off the brow for Thieves. Scrappy, bit of contest, ends up dropping. So Thieves, they found a little bit of a lane. The middle side of the map, that middle cross, all comes on a Kleenex. Big gunfight victory. Thieves continue to lose players. And right now, based off that life count, it's going to be that much more difficult as time continues to go away. 30 seconds on the clock. Will we see our first defense? It is looking like yes.
Insight is 17-4.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Is he like a platinum member at the hotel?
I guess so.
Is this the suite? Is this everything that he wants it to be? He is dominating,
It's
just
the sweet
simply
life for him,
staying
for
alive
sure.
at this bedroom area. Last push coming in from the Thieves. Standy's gonna have his hands full. He gets the sound cue of one player hitting the back. Great beams onto Octane. When last player on the point is gonna be Kenny. This is when Insight's gonna be able to strike.
Good.
The team shots coming in from Kleenex. And that is a flawless defensive round from Ultra. Very dominant, to say the least.
Oh my goodness, line them up. And that is it. One player, Dolphin, dives in the point, but it is Toronto. It is our very first defensive-sided victory. As Ultra will find themselves up now 2-1. But tell you what, man, Standy's hitting beams. Like, I want to give some love to Insight, but with the Vaznev from range, it just feels like in these moments where he's got to go big. He feels like Mr. Reliable right now. I know toward the end of that round, it just didn't feel great for the Thieves, but he just feels like he's got a guarantee. Feels like the insurance policy.
Yeah, Standy's always putting himself in a great position to at least hit that flank, find that 2-piece. He knows that LA Thieves like to attack it from the back, approaching towards that B point. So he found that timing, hits that flank, and sitting at 21-12 is having himself one hell of a game. Now Ultra try to close it out on the attacking round. That's going to be 3 dead. Already on towards the A point. LA Thieves have to make a quick decision. Are we going to give this one up? Try to play the defense at B for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It's looking like that's exactly what they're planning to do.
And this is often what we see, right? A team knows that they're up when it comes down to 6. Let's just play things standard. Let's go over toward A. get that one off the board fast and begin to make a move. They will look to clear the board. One player, though, has found his way around the back. That's going to be Kenny. Currently flanking right now through backside of Kitchen. He eventually gets made quick work of. Kleenex, meanwhile, finds himself on a 5 spree, so the slang madness only continues for Toronto, whether on defense or on offense. Feels like they are hitting their stride. This could be number 6 for Kleenex, the streak earned, and the extra minute added.
Spawn still in the back for LA Thieves towards back spot. Unfortunately, Kleenex does not read that. But at least Toronto doing a great job of just trying to take back control of bedroom.
He is 20-6.
He's unbelievable, man. And now you have an airstrike to work with as well. Unfortunately, he does get traded by Kenny. So if you are the players on Ultra, he's the next guy you have to take down. Scrap is ready for the gunfight. Now it's a lot easier to attack this from the front. But unfortunately, they're losing that those trade battles. Now Scrap just has to play his life in this position.
Insight in a big spot eventually does fall. That KD look a little bit less pretty, but boy, has he had himself a map. Scrap, meanwhile, will be able to grab 2. Kenny trying to cause some havoc with the fast net. He eventually does get erased. That is going to be a few down there for Thieves, rather. Octane, farthest pushed up player, only man past that 50-yard line. Estraza, bruised and battered, eventually drops. Octane trying to cause some havoc at the back of the spawns, and oh, it's Envoy, goes big. Staying alive eventually falls, but have Thieves done just enough? I believe that precision could be coming in from Scrap.
They use all the kills correctly. Everyone is now starting to spawn out towards Jules. If you are LA Thieves, the break has to come in. You have one player in Envoy, pops that dead silence. He's gonna be the playmaker, trying to make his way in towards top bedroom. He can potentially find the flank. The first pick is gonna be in. He lines him up. He's able to find 2. Gonna go for the challenge onto the 3rd. At least gets the hit marker with that stun grenade that he's gonna be towards bottom lights, but what a play from Envoy to keep his team alive.
Down in the left department as well. I thought when Scrap earned it, he called it in, but obviously not. Given the position, it wouldn't make a ton of sense. 11-7 right now in lives. Boy, has Envoy arrived. Excellent work from him over in the bedroom. Time continues to tick away. 35 seconds. Time's gonna be halted for the moment. Does Envoy decide to fly? Well, his teammates are doing all the work for him. 9v6. Toronto. Now is the time, but Envoy again!
He finds another. He's playing this beautiful as Draza finds 2. Now all the spawns for Ultra all the way across the map. They have 3 airstrikes, but nothing is gonna help them in this situation. 5-5 in lives remaining.
This is the big gunfight.
Gonna be here.
That's the big gunfight. Kleenex is able to find 2. That is gonna clear the way. 3 down. Last player on the point is gonna be Octane. He eventually falls. A 4v2. All up now to Envoy and Draza as he's able to poke away at 1. Now a 3v2. 3 seconds on the clock. Draza, the last man here. Can he make a heroic play? But no. Toronto will strike again. Down 0-1, and they keep climbing back. A search and destroy that leads into a control victory. And it will be Ultra that holds on to that flawless hotel control record. Now up 2-1. And the reason why they've made moves, the reason why certain roster changes have happened for moments like this. Game 4, here we go. Into hotel round number 3.
A lot of aggression from Envoy through a single arch. He's at least able to open up with that initial 2 kills. So now you're not gonna allow Ultra, who's spawned on the better side for this P1, to get any time off of this P1 hard point. Great aggression to start us off. Draza finds another one with that TAC 56. But now if you are Ultra, inside at least 5-3 and all ready to spawns that flip. Thinking big picture as they are able to flip those spawns for the better side of P2.
And that's just a great emphasis coming in from Toronto. Right inside finds those 3. And for a moment, Ultra, they had P1 control. They said, no, we want to instantly go for the spawn flip. The wise decision at that. As 3 more come in from Thieves. They do not want to give away these spawns for free. Allowed for it to slip to the wayside, but final few seconds continue to tick away at P1. No big deal. Over to the lobby we go. Draza manages to sneak through the setup. A great one to find. A few players coming in for the back line. Inside, who was holding the backside spawn, ends up arriving to the gunfight. However, he's the only player back here. The only player back here right now is going to be Inside, still holding on, still holding true. LA Thieves have yet to get full-on control until they eliminate him. Job done. Now it's time to hold it from the back.
Such a beautiful break coming in from LA Thieves. All out aggression through Diner. They find kill after kill and are able to flip the spawns, but Ultra, they find kill after kill this time around, and they get the break immediately. Final 30 seconds at P2. Draza and Octane combined for 3. It's all on the Scrap. He's able to at least find 2. But LA Thieves are on the point. They are trying to trap the Ultra boys in towards the back. But once Envoy drops, this remaining time is now going to go in favor of the Ultra. Off the rotation over towards Kitchen. Just look how aggressive LA Thieves are currently on the map.
They are literally locking down every single portion of the map. I mean, take a look at this. On 3 down, all from Envoy. As he now sits on the 4 spree. How about him? The Prince coming out to play. Arriving when they need him to. And he'll find another. Thank you very much. He is making life very, very easy for his teammates over in the kitchen. However, inside Kleenex, they find 2. A few players spawn out on either side. That could benefit LAT, but it all comes down to if they win these fights.
These gunfights are so big. Trades going back and forth. 2v2 left towards the point. Scrap is able to at least find the second. So now you have to play this slow if you are Octane. Still player towards the back. Scrap eventually takes him down. We're just finessing in towards the kitchen. Everyone is cooking up something good. As Kleenex finds 2. Last player is going to be Kenny. He's still going to try to contest this. The rest of his teammates off the rotation. But what a break coming in from Ultra, and Standy with a huge gunfight is now going to give them the advantage at the next hill.
It's wild, man. The setup that Thieves had, it felt like Toronto was not going to be able to break through what seemed to be an impenetrable fortress, but they do that indeed. Toronto run on forward, and now they've got the advantage, at least in terms of the score, but that is about to change. To the bar we head, a very open one at that. A lot of access points if you are Toronto, as LA Thieves look to lock them in the back. Scrap trying to fire away. He's earned a streak already. How great has the rookie been? So far here on Hotel, now at 8 in a row, firing, getting loud, I'd imagine, in the comms. And those final 35 look very, very good right now for Toronto.
Scrap is here. He's not trying to go out. Pulls out the pistol, finds himself on a 9 spree. This has been a great hold from Ultra to give themselves a little bit of a comfortable cushion. They go forward in this game. Flawless hold is now going to force LA Thieves off the rotation towards Diner, but they're still trying to contest this. You don't want to die here and potentially flip these spawns. See those spawns now coming in, though. At Kitchen is fully set up now for Diner. Kleenex finds one off the rotation, and now the pitch is going to be in. Where does Kleenex spawn? As they're still going to be spawning in towards back Kitchen, so now LA Thieves are going to be fully set up for this next hill. They have to hold on.
And it just feels like if this is a break, it could be a sign of things to come for Toronto. It could be the signs of a victory here on Hotel. Thieves, they've got to be solid. They've got to hold true, and they will do exactly that. Only player here is going to be Scrappy. Oh, my word! He takes down 3! Does he have room for a 4th? Table for 4, please. Scrappy is hungry. Running through. LAT time and time again. Already at 20 kills.
Much needed time. What a great play coming in from Scrap. To find those 3 kills. Doesn't contest the 4th. He allows his teammates to get into the play. And then they execute the break. Now you're forcing LA Thieves to all back up. Great break coming in from Ultra to give them almost a 60-point lead.
Oh my goodness.
Going in towards the P6. But this is where Thieves usually have a great hold to respond. It's all about holding the pressure on through Kitchen, but one player's actually able to sneak through. Kleenex pops that dead silence. He's gonna be through the back steps. He should be able to take him off point.
Oh my goodness, that gets a little dicey there for a moment. Kleenex quickly dolphin dives, knowing that he just narrowly managed to stay alive. Octane, a thorn in the side, eventually does get eradicated. Good work for Toronto. Another break again. That is what the first side of these rotations have looked like. For all 5.5 of our hills so far, has come down to that. Scrap, the superhero. And right now it's Kleenex. They line up perfectly. Ultra continue to siphon in, given those spawns, and that advantage only continues to expand.
They're starting a runaway with this game. LA Thieves need to stop the bleeding, and Alba with that 2-piece should allow them to get this remaining 20 seconds. It's almost going to be a 60-point lead now going into our second rotation of hard points. LA Thieves need to do a great job of just getting as much time as they possibly can off P1. Great shots coming in from Octane, but that's going to be 2 dead. You take down the player that's going for the flip on the spawn. Now if you're Ultra, it's all about keeping them off at this time.
Oh, goodness, Danny. Nearly turns on to one. As you said, buddy, both teams aware of those spawns for P2. It was a dicey one, an interesting one at that. At least in terms of the first set of rotations, still a battle for it. A lot of players, a lot of bodies falling right now inside of P1. As currently Thieves, the more advantageous position, but really if you're Toronto, you're okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Free P1 time, absolutely. Any second is a good one. Let's continue to make this more uncomfortable for the Thieves. As here comes Octane, he drops as well. A lovely three, make it 4 in a row for Standy. The Toronto Bash Brothers are arriving in spades. Standy on a run, Scrappy still having a phenomenal time. Thieves, you have got to have a hold here.
Down by 90. It's going to be LA going in towards the second rotation at P2. They have to hold this initial push because it's been break after break. The majority of their setup, Scrap is at least able to find that first player towards Dest. The trade comes in from Envoy, but now it turns into a 2v2. The spawn's still going to be in the back for LA Thieves, so they have more bodies in this situation. Just have to take down that player, Kleenex, and so far LA Thieves are holding. They're holding strong.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Scrappy's still here. The one man that you don't want to see if you're Thieves is this guy. He is frying.
Oh.
Eventually drops, but does he set up his teammates? Oh, Standy spotted a heal. At least have to settle for one. Can he make it two? Nearly does so. Thieves, I tell you what, man, they have had to fight for each and every single one of these points, but it just feels like a matter of time before Scrap arrives again. A tad bit of a late break, but they have that next rotation on lock as well. Thieves in a big spot. Let's throw it to Liston with LAT.
Absolute. Nice. Freeze. I'll get a caution. Give me a second. That's fine. I'll push that. He's up in front. That's him. Go and freeze the bomb set, bro.
I'm freezer only.
Buy time, bros, or take a challenge.
Jump to mid.
I understand mid. On my X, bro. One shot. I'll top it off. And I send it back. I spawn deep. Nice. I'm here, bro. I need your back there, Zach. You're good. I need your back there. You're good. I need it.
Solo never killed you.
I need it. I'm challenging back there. I'm laying out like a back there.
Yeah, I'm a challenge guy.
I think Cat. He's back there. One shot back there. I'm about to let him turn. He's out. One shot.
Solo to the left. Wait, to the right. Two. One, two, easy. One side back door, one solo. Double back door.
Wait, I'll meet mid.
That's him. He's point better, Bruce.
Hot to the mid. He's like contested. Leave that guy down.
Leave him. I spawned here.
Yes,
I'm going to the back.
I
can pitch mid here. I can pitch mid.
Okay.
P2 on you. P2. Absolutely.
And you expect nothing less on the side of the LA Thieves when it comes to the communication. The small talk was there, the reassurance was there, and that's what allows them to get back into this game. Now they have to just find a break over towards them. Unfortunately, none of the kills are going in their favor. The rookie is taking over 35 and 20 and still has that airstrike.
He's got in his back pocket. 20 more seconds needed, Thieves. They had a great hold of the kitchen. Can they make the break? And they do. 3 down, but Scrappy is here. Will he drop on top of it? Waiting for a few members off spawn, but nobody is here. Nobody is here to arrive with him. Thieves doing exactly what they have to. Some well-timed holds, but here comes Toronto. Here comes Straza. Here comes Standy. Trade after trade after trade, and Toronto cannot win it here anymore. It's a race to next.
It's a race to next. It's already going to be Draza set up. You have to just play it patient because you're going to be the only player here, at least for now, from your squad. Inside is able to find one, so it's going to be a 3v2 off the rotation. You have to hold strong. Draza at least finds the first.
You can see Toronto prepared. Could be the final break of this game as Kleenex looks to make the play on the flank. We'll see if he can catch timing on player number 5 and Envoy. Kitty, he absolutely does. LAT with pressure from either side ends up finding it. Another Scrappy with the streak. Scrappy with the streak. It takes down a teammate, but that could be it. That could be it. The Thieves, they've got to break on in. Scrappy here once more. Oh, he wins the 1v1. Time, make it. Oh, put him to bed, Scrap. Put him to bed. A few more points, and that will be it. When deliver. He does. Scrappy putting in the work versus LA Thieves in this game 4. And on top of it all, drops the first 40 bomb that we have seen this season. How about the reply out of the rookie? Shaking his head. And for good reason. Toronto have taken out our defending world champs.
Scrappy just puts up the kill record so far on the season. A 40 bomb on Hotel Hardpoint with that TAC 56. We just gotta see it again, man. We gotta see it again. Such a photo finish to this map for Hardpoint. It's 237 to 223. Right here, you see LA Thieves, they're fully set up, but you called it out perfectly. CleanX is able to find one player through the middle of the map. He catches the same exact guy off spawn. Unfortunately, whips out the knife. You're not gonna be able to catch him from that distance. But once he finds that kill onto Kenny, you find the second onto Envoy. You invest the airstrike. That's a clean 4 dead, but the game was still not done here. LA Thieves have a fairly close spawn through the middle of the map. Envoy and Octane at least find 2, but it all falls into the hands of Scrap. The rookie came to play, ends the game on a 5 spree. And we were asking for a response, and he gave it to us. What a series from Toronto Ultra, and what a performance from Scrappy.
I tell you what, man, we had high expectations for this guy. Had a slow series versus the Atlanta.